Hello. Today I'm going to show you how to make a key fob. You will need this hardware, which you can purchase from Amazon. It has this opening. You'll need the pliers. All of this you can purchase from Amazon. It's a set. It's called a key fob set. I'm going to show you how to make two different kinds. One made of fabric. Now this is fabric that I cut 3 by 10, 3 inches by 10. And another type we're going to make is this one using webbing and some ribbon. This webbing can be purchased at Hobby Lobby. They have different sizes. This is 1 inch webbing. They also use this to make handles when you're making bags. And this is a 7/8 inch ribbon from the robe. Can also be purchased at Hobby Lobby or wherever craft supplies are purchased. Now to make the key fob, I cut out 2, but you cut out however many you plan to make. 3 by 10, and yours can also be as long as you want. I just chose 10 for this demonstration, but you can choose to use whatever size you want to use. Once you get started making them, you'll see the sizes, and you can determine from there. Now, this is interfacing. You'll also need some interfacing, just some thin to help make it a little bit more sturdy. And you only need an inch. I know this is 3 inches, but once we fold it in, we only need an inch. So I'm going to cut this 1 inch by the length of this, which is 10, but you can cut it a little smaller if you want, like 1 inch by 9.5 would be okay. I have this board here that's going to help me cut out the interfacing I need. And you only need one piece of interfacing and only one piece of fabric to make a key fob. And you need to have your iron on, because what we're going to do, we're going to fold this over an inch. I'm going to iron this down, fold the other side over an inch, iron it down like this, okay? And when you iron it down, this side should be 1 inch by 10. So that's your goal. So however far in you need to go to make this 1 inch, that's what you do. According to my board here, I'm at that 1 inch. Okay, so I'm going to go iron this, and you can do the same, and then we'll be back. Okay, I forgot to tell you, with this interfacing, let's put it down in the middle of your piece before you iron it, so that when you iron your sides in, you're also ironing this down. So that's in the middle. So do that first. Get your 1 inch by 10 interfacing, put it in the middle. And that will also help with your fold. Fold that in, fold this in, and then iron. And remember that this should be, once you get it folded, this should be 1 inch across by 10 or whatever length you decided to make yours. So we're going to go back and try it again. Okay, here we are back. I've got them both ironed out flat. This one I turned it and then I ironed it down flat. Now what you're going to do is you're going to sew on both sides, making sure on this side that you catch this, sew it to each other on both ends, all the way down. Then come back up and all the way down on this side. If you want to, you can sew a third one down the middle. That's fine too, but you just really need to do 2 on the ends for both of these. This one I didn't turn over, I just left it like that, but it's fine. I'm going to sew all the way down here, making sure I catch that all the way here. You don't have to sew the ends at this time. What we will do once we get it sewn together, sewn this way, we're going to fold it in half like this, and then we'll sew across here. leaving these edges out. They don't need to be in, but we'll just make it even and sew across there. So let's go do that, and then we'll be back. Okay, the problem was I just wasn't pulling it hard enough to separate the red part, but I got it in there. But you'll see where I have this mechanism in there now. The glue is still good in there. So we're going to pull this, put that inside, and then we can squeeze it. And then it's in there. Little off-centered, but it's still in there, still good. You can put jewelry on this if you want. 12.5. And here's some ribbon. I'm going to sew the ribbon down on top of this. It's just for looks. If you choose to just want to use the ribbon, the webbing by itself, you can do that. I'm just going to sew it down because I just think it will give it a nice contrast. So I'll go do that, and we'll come back when I'm ready to put the hardware on, maybe. Okay, I'm back. I couldn't remember if I had told you to. A couple of things. One thing that if you're going to use the webbing and the ribbon method, you do not need interfacing. Just put the ribbon on top of the webbing, because the webbing is heavy enough on its own, doesn't need the help of interfacing. I wasn't going to do this online, but I thought I might have discovered a better way to do it. Get your piece situated inside of this tool first before trying to put it on your, whatever your thing is. And try to squeeze it a little bit so that it catches, because it needs to be down in this. If you keep it on the edge, then that's where the difficulty arises. Make sure you have it in there and catches till, and even try to pull it down some so you'll know that it's caught in there. Then just add your piece here. And it works much smoother. Squeeze in as much as I can, and in time it's going to get even more secure because of the glue. So here we have them. Very easy peasy. You decide which style you like. You may like to do both or whatever, because this is good for leftover scraps. It's good for craft fairs. Very good for gifts. And you notice the different sizes, because this one I made it, this one like 12.5 inches when it was long, and this was 10. So depending upon the size you want, it's up to you how long you make the original strap. Here's one I made when I made these for gifts one year. I added a little charm to it, some lip gloss on here to make it a nice gift. So there are just so many different ways where you can use this. Just make a bunch of them up and give them away, or just have them on hand when you need a gift. So please do give it a try. I hope you fall in love with making them. Bye for now.